Hello, I'm Connie Alexander Bradford, certified grief coach, and my co host, Andrea Bradford Williams, and I would like to thank you for being a part of this journey and thank you for tuning in. And together, we're building a space for healing and hope. Thank you. Welcome to the Different Places of Grief podcast with your host, Connie Alexander Bradford, and your co host, Andrea Bradford Williams. Good evening and welcome to the Different Faces of Grief podcast. This is our first episode, and tonight we have Miss Candy Kemp with us. So we're going to let her introduce herself to you guys. So with that being said, Candice, can you introduce yourself to us?
Hey everyone, my name is Candice Kemp. I am the mother of Anisha Holloman, and I also have the foundation, Anisha Life Foundation.
Okay, Candice, can you share a little about your daughter and what made her special to you?
Riri was a cool kid. She was my best friend, first off. You know how your daughter, your firstborn daughter, she was like my mini.
Yes.
Like, we was attached at the hip since she was born. She wanted to be like me, and I never did know that until you pay attention to she always do stuff that I do, but you never just know how much, she wanted to do everything I did from taxi. She worked for me. She got the notary. She just was a little all about her. So she was a family girl. That's what it was like when I was, because I'm a single mom. And she is the oldest girl. I have a son older than her, but she was my oldest girl. So you already know she thinks she was the boss.
Right.
So she was the boss. Because when I was at home, she held the house down for me. She took care of her siblings, she took care of everybody for me. From the time she was here, even as a small baby, she was my right hand girl. She was a gifter. She was family oriented. She planned the trips for me. She did everything. She was a great girl.
Okay. She sounded like a special kid.
Well, Candice, that's touching right there because to be a mom and have one daughter, you just pour everything into her so that she can be a mirror image of you. But if you can tell me one thing, what's one memory about your daughter that always makes you smile?
Oh, man, I would say her smile. Really was memories that I think about last Thanksgiving we had with the house. And she actually had planned it. The Thanksgiving actually before it happened, and she had the whole family. I'm talking, she got my brother, everybody just get together in a room. And I'm like, damn, you look great in 20, and she just so organized, way better than me. She just, it was just her, she was a great kid.
Candice, it's only if you want to. It's going to be like a two-part portion, but can you take us back to that night? And the second part of the portion is, when it happened, do you feel or can you remember that maybe it was anything out of the norm that day? Or maybe anything that you felt that was different that day that it happened?
It's so crazy. The only thing that was different that day was we were supposed to go together. And because she, like I said, she always wanted to be on me. And for some reason that day I was tired. And from the Friday night, I didn't want to go. And so my memory was her coming down the stairs. I wish her phone was listening. I want to forget that she had her phone was listening. And she my baby girl, but I got two girls, so she got a baby sister under her. But she's still my girl, so she was complaining my phone messed up, it had been messed up all week. And she was like, she hustled she gonna get that money. Mm-hmm. So she came up with just about all of it. She was just short, probably a couple dollars. She was like, Mom, she asked me to borrow, but she never borrowed it. But she was like, if I don't get this phone, I ain't gonna go. But me being a mom, and I always just wanna, make sure my kids I just want to make sure they all right, and always be them what they want, you know. So I was like, I'll give you the money, you know, you can go to go get your phone, and she was supposed to go and get the phone, and come back home. And she stood at the side of my couch, and she was like, well, you know, she said, I'm feeling ready to go. And she left, and that was the last day. And I'm, you know, just thinking she was doing her regular thing because we share locations. So it wasn't like I didn't have her location. That's the way how we kind of kept up with each other. Like, you know, we didn't call, we just paid attention to each other's location.
Right.
So that's more what it was, like her location. I was like, she okay. But when if I say if it was anything out the norm, no, it wasn't nothing out the norm. It was like a regular day.
You know, and the reason why I asked you that question is because when my son passed, I remember it was on a Friday, right? And I had a headache that was so bad that I could not move off that couch. I stayed on that same spot in the couch like all day. I was tired. It was afternoon.
Yup, it was.
Yeah, and I had a headache and it wouldn't go away. And it didn't go away until I received that phone call.
That night. If I was to say that, then that's what would have been I was tired. And which was crazy to me because I'm the type of person, I get up and go. I stay in the house all day that day. That definitely wasn't me. But I'm like, man, I'm tired, man. I'm like, I'll catch you later on. Like, she was supposed to go to the, you know, with a friend, but we was going to go to the picnic together. Now, I wasn't going to walk and push, but I was going to go, we was going to go walk the picnic together. I decided 9 times out of 10, if I went to another club, she probably wouldn't with me. She probably would cry. She probably wouldn't with me. We probably would have ended up going to something else, but she know I'm not going to pay there. But then who's to say she probably would with her girl like, Mom, I'm going with my friend, and I'll catch back up with you. I'll get dropped out really quick. That was probably the only thing I could do. I couldn't move it. I said, it was on all day. It was on Friday, Saturday. On Friday,
Yeah, so I just feel that because, you know, because when I think that, that's what I can remember. You know, yeah, with my case, I think God is doing something, you know, as far as.
Off the couch.
Right.
In the same spot, that middle of the couch. I did not move the whole day. Right.
Thank you.
Okay, Candace, were there moments when you felt misunderstood in your grief, like some people would have thought that you should be doing A, but you wanted to do B?
So, about my grief situation. I guess I don't, maybe I don't know the meaning completely, I don't know. But I ain't grieved. Is that weird? I honestly say like, okay, I might get up on the end of the bed and I'm kind of like, damn, man, I'm a baby. You see me like, trying to cry or something, like, just crying and like in depression, can't get out of bed, you know, walking around that. I just ain't need that shit.
Excuse me. But do you know that it's different forms of grief, right?
Okay.
Grief doesn't necessarily mean that you have to cry. It doesn't necessarily mean that you got to seclude yourself like most people do, or lie in. And it's a different form. Like it was an incident where this girl, child died, and I think it was public on social media, and she was laughing and enjoying herself, and people were saying like, why is she doing that? Did she just lose her child? But this is one thing about it. Grief don't discriminate. It's no certain way to grieve. It's no certain time to grieve. It's no time limit to grieving. So you grieving the way that you grieving, right? And it who's to me to say, or either Andrea or whoever, to say that you're not grieving properly, because that's the way you get through it. So whatever it takes, that's what it takes.
So maybe I would say like, I try to stay really about from the time I eat the flow. I wake up probably like 6:30. I probably go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning every day. So like not sleeping, constantly thinking, maybe I just try to stay so busy. So I can't so don't have anything to time. So like, sure. You know how some days you just be like, I just want this to be over.
Yeah.
But it ain't ended like this way.
A repeating cycle.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's not ending, like, I just want to end. So I can go.
That, you know, we never go back to normal, you know, whatever that may look like before the grief happened. But what I can say is that we go into something new.
Yeah,
You
like,
know.
I'm in a 5 season, like,
Right.
God, so good. Like, oh my God, like, the overflow, the abundance, like, the rooms, like, I tell people, like, it don't affect you to an fiction. Like,
Right.
when it hit your nose, like, it's different. It make you look at life different. It make you like, I like become a community practitioner. I'm an activist. I'm in a violence prevention program that I'm doing for the city of Birmingham. I can start my own foundation, and I got businesses that I just probably like kind of like keep to the side. And I'm like, God, I know that I'm supposed to be focusing on, you know, getting ready for the next season, but I'm like, I just don't know. I'm gonna do it, but
That's the season you're in right
you know,
now.
I'm in
You
my
know what I'm
season,
saying?
like a growth, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just like, it has not been the same.
And it
Not
never
fine.
will. And I want to say this, and even whatever you're going through, you may go through it 2 or 3 times. Like they say, grief is 5 stages, correct? So I think it's more than 5. But even in the blame and the anger, whatever it may be, right? You may go through anger 3 times or 4 times and never get to the 4th one. You know, so it's like it's an unwavering thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's okay, but however many times you need to go through it, you know, and when you said what you just said about staying so busy, it seems like to me that you are actually trying to save somebody else. You know, sometimes we can have that going on with us, and like everything that you do now is about saving somebody else.
It is, because,
Yeah.
you know, I got a, like, situation going on with my boy, you know, it's like, I buried my daughter, and I had a whole situation with my son, so it's like I'm fighting on both sides of the law, you know, I'm fighting justice for her, fighting to free him. I'm like, God, like, but then I say God did that to me because I couldn't bear 2 kids. I couldn't, like, my son, he went going for it, like, I couldn't bear 2 children. And God just said, you know, I'm gonna put this in your story. I'm gonna sit him down, because him and her were like this. And he was a smaller brother, but you wouldn't even know that he was her younger brother.
Right.
But they put him into a situation, and I'm like, that was the best thing God could do for me. You know, that's the first time after that happened with him, I slept that night. I went to sleep. I said, Lord, thank you.
Thank you.
Who tell God thank you for blocking my job?
Yeah.
Who said it?
Well, my son is 36 years old.
Mhm.
He's locked up in the federal prison
That's
right
right.
now. So you know what?
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, because now I can rest at night knowing that my son is not moving around and the possibility could happen.
Because, you know, they targeted. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I had a situation at one of my offices where somebody had broke in, you know, blah, blah, blah. And so, and when they give you the description, you know, because you couldn't see black, dark, you know, whatever,
Mhm.
it was at night. But, girl, the read the description, they like black male, 5'6" to 5'9". 138 to 1. I said, shit, that's my oldest son, my middle son, shoot, my brother. Yeah. So that right there let me know. I said, all I was for the description.
Right.
Exactly.
They, every, like, and I tell my son that all the time, like my old, I got a 26-year-old, and I tell my son, I be like, they don't know that you TJ. The police don't know you just a cool, laid-back kid. They don't know that. You know what I'm saying? To them, you just a target. You a black young man.
A suspect.
And you fit the description.
Correct.
You feel me? So, like, no matter how, a lady told me before my children were little, she said, when children are little, they're around your leg. They big, they're around your heart. You worry more about your children, because when they smile, you can easily, like, give them this, give them that. You can give them what you want them to have. Versus when they become older, now it's what they want. And what, you know, so they making decisions on their own.
Right.
They gonna fall, they gonna do things that you didn't raise them to do. You know, but those are kids. You done did something. You know, we all in these.
Absolutely.
Like, look back at yourself. Don't
Yep.
think that what you did, you got away with it. The kid came back and got you some way or another.
Right.
So take accountability,
Amen.
pray about it, keep
Mhm.
it,
Mhm.
you know?
And they make their choices too,
They
you
do.
know, because
They
once
do.
as parents, we structure them, and once they get out into this world and they mingle
can't
with certain
control.
people,
You
you
cannot
can't blame
control.
anybody for their actions.
Okay.
Because my son, he had to give accountability for his own actions, you know, although we raised him not to do certain things,
Yeah.
they make their own choices.
And you
and
know
that's-
what? Our children are, if these kids are so privileged and think they all that, and then I would say we as parents have a lot to do with it because we always want our children to have better than us.
Mhm.
But didn't it make you a better person? Like you being who you are, like
Appreciative of what you
things
had,
we
yeah.
can't take from our kids. They need to see certain stuff. They need to see the struggle. They need to see it. Always being the yes mama, trying to be the cool mama. Like that ain't what's up because kids grow up like
Yeah.
expecting, wanting, and then sorry. They become up, not want to do right, not bad, want to work, expecting you to do everything for them. Like it's like you gotta be careful with it. Making sure your children earn it. Don't give it to them. Make them work for it. Give them a paycheck. Like the things I did with Anitra them, I don't do it with the mom kids because I was a young mom. I'm dead growing up with it.
They don't have the handbooks.
You know what I'm saying? These my pocket. But the second set, I'm older. So now education more important to me. Shoot, God more important to me. Everything is more important.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay, well, Candace, you kind of did a cover-all because my next question was like, have you discovered any sources of strength you didn't know you had?
Oh man. Yeah. Getting up every day I can get. Shoot. Getting up every day. And I got a 2-year-old baby. Lord have mercy, girl. I had to start all over. I'm talking about I got a baby in the bed now. She's sleeping so wild. I can get y'all. Lord have mercy. So yeah, my life, like it's okay though, you know. Yeah.
Strength, and that's one thing about strength. It brings about love. You know, and things that you realize, like, how did I do this? And then when the day quiet down, you're like, how did I do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did the strength? But it comes from God.
From God.
You know, and we always have to acknowledge that. So my next question is, what were the first days or the weeks like after your loss? How was those days? Or weeks?
I think I would be just trying to grasp it, like, dang, regain up, like, because all my kids still at home, shoot, I don't want to leave. All of them too, like, they don't need to leave, I don't know like that. Because I say downstairs, so they say downstairs, so Anitra, just her not being in the house, just telling people what to do, and like she got a mama, like, yeah, her coming in my bathroom, because I'm my bathroom downstairs, like, you literally pass your bathroom to come all the way down to my bathroom, and even when I'm like, why you keep coming down here, she don't feel. So I think that's the main thing I took to my bathroom.
That's
Her
your
to
boss.
my bathroom.
Okay.
And so my question to you is, do you find comfort in talking to others or do you prefer solitude?
Talking. I love
Yeah.
I love talking. I talk about it, talking to. It's so crazy because it's like somebody always be calling me and asking like, well, Candace, you know, about the mom, the young lady who's off
Yeah, I
the
talk
you know,
about
she
her.
went to her kids went to school with my kids. They go to school.
Okay.
So it's like, and Miss Tiffany had reached out, she's like, I want you to talk to her. And I had another girl coming like early that week and it's like, well, you think you can talk to this old lady, she lost her child. I'm like, God, I'm trying to say you can talk to everybody home. Like, trying to give them other strength, like to keep them, like if that's what you tell me to do. So, you know, like I find solitude and trying to heal.
So do you believe that sharing that dialect and talking about your story is help in the process of you healing? Do you agree?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and I think it does because when you're talking about what's going on inside of you, right? And I think that's a big trick from the enemy. He allows us to keep quiet, right? He allows us to not talk about what we are feeling. And so that's when he began to get in our heads. and start whispering his craziness and stuff, you know, about whatever it may be, you know, because when we get quiet, that happens, you know. So I think using your voice is a powerful tool to fight back, even through grief. It's through life, period, but through grief, I think it's very important, you know. But I understand sometimes it's not like that because a lot of people don't have a safe space to speak. They can't trust a lot of people because people will turn your grief around and turn it into something else. You understand? And that's why we kind of created this space, you know, to let people know that we're here, you know, whatever you need to talk about, you know, we'll listen. Whatever advice we can give you, we'll give, you know. So we really appreciate it. So, so this next question I need to ask you, what has it helped you, and what has helped you get through these toughest days that you've gone through? The baby.
The baby. When I tell you, like, God repeats, life repeats itself. There's no lie. I see. My daughter, her and the baby the same time. They born the same month.
Really?
They the same amount of years me and her were apart. I got my boy first, and then I got my girl second. I got my first boy grandbaby first, my girl second. God gave her all over again. And I ain't talking about, you know how you be like, girl, you act just like your mama. But she was like, now, the one who been left. That's what she got right now. She ain't just like her mom. Like, it was good. So,
Wow.
it's her baby.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, well, that's basically it for my questions for you. You did a great job with explaining your feelings, and I know that you're doing the right thing as far as like with your groups and the people that you're talking to, your businesses and everything like that, and staying active, being able to talk about it is the really most important thing, sharing your story, because sometimes when we're going through what we're going through, someone else is also experiencing that, and your words and what your story is helps heal the next person. We pray it forward each time. So I thank you for doing that, because you will grow beyond this right here, and you will be a testimony to the next family.
So, it is so.
Yeah. And so I have one last question.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is, you told us a little about your foundation, right? But this is what I need to know. How do you honor her today? Like, what you got going on is honoring her in your life now.
I brought her home for one thing. I didn't bury her. I brought her home. So she upstairs. I think that's kind of like, I'd be all right too, because like, knowing that she just upstairs in the living room on her little memorial stand. So I know, like, I feel like she's still there with me, just now walking through the house, but, you know,
Okay, so what kind of advice would you give mothers that has lost kids? You know, because you're so new into your grief right now, right? And it's real new to you. But even in the space that you are now, what type of advice, or what would you say to other mothers that, and especially by gun violence, you know, because as I know that you're a part of the gun violence
One Hood
yes,
Wins.
One Hood, yes.
One Hood Wins, oh man, we gotta stop the violence on one thing. We gotta stop the, repeat the question again.
I just need to know, like, what you got going on right now as far as our foundation, and you're doing everything you can to keep her memory alive. Like, what would you, at this point, tell a grieving mother that's probably a grieving person, period, that has lost their loved ones? Because I'm asking you this because you are in this it's this new thing, you know, and what would you tell them? What would be your advice right now speaking to them? What would you tell them?
Man, you gotta pray first. Like, you gotta talk to God. Like, when I say talk to God, I ain't talking about like, you gotta talk to him like you talk. Like, not so much as a question, because you ain't gonna get that particular answer, but I think praying first, more than anything, finding out yourself, like, cause now you like a reborn again, you losing, but you be willing to do something different. You can't give up, especially like if you got little kids, that's not fair. You know, and I get, we have the hardest job. Like being a mom, that's the hardest job in the world. Like you lose yourself, like you lose Candace, or you forget Candace because you have my mom. But you gotta keep on for your other kids. Like I had to keep on because King got 4 other kids, 3 grandbabies. So I can't. I had to think about them because I don't got no help. I can't in the bed. I ain't got nobody to make sure they okay. I do all of them. So that's what you gotta think about more than anything, like your other kids, how God still gave you something, you know what I'm saying? Like you got somebody else that you gotta worry about. Like, and I know it get hard, I can't tell nobody how to read like me. I'm just more like an outspoken person, so that's probably why I'm able to maneuver it. I think it made me really get myself to God way. I put family first. I stopped doing like I said the business, because the money mean more. You know what I'm saying? The God trained it like you can't put other things before that. Like if you find yourself, you know, not doing right or just idolizing other things, like God just like allow things to happen to make you convert back. So like my main objective is my family, man. My family, everything. I give you everything just to have my babies back at home. So.
And that's a great thing to hear, because I mean I keep hearing you say about God, and God got to come first. You know, no matter what we go through, because either we have people sometimes to say that they don't believe in God, but let something happen, let a loss happen. They're gonna do one or two things. That's either they're gonna blame God or they're gonna call out for it.
I don't blame God.
And see, the reason why I say that, because we had a mother, I had a story, this lady lived in South Carolina. And this lady said that she told me it was okay for me to tell a story. She said this lady was the first lady of this church, right? Her church, she lost 2 kids. And said the first lady of this church came in on Bible study one day, right? And so they was praising God that she finally had gotten out the house and thanking God that she was there. And said the lady stood up and turned around and told everybody, I wish all of your kids died, so you could feel the same thing that I'm feeling. And that's why I say sometimes grief can turn into hate, because it's part of it. And I just think that was me.
I don't even hate the killers.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about
the babies. Like those young men were a product of their environment, bro. I don't even hate them. Like ain't no hate in my heart. Like I didn't even raise my kids like that. I don't hate them. I don't feel no type. I'm praying God work it out for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because like those young men were a product of their environment. Like you go back and see or just read up on some things that was going on with them. You know how hard it is for a person. I feel like they were manipulated by one of the other ones. You know what I'm saying? He played on the kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion from me going to preliminary and just listening to things. And you know, I knew them little boys too, like from being in the barber shop. So I didn't see them and all that. But I don't hate them. Like I ain't not one day said I hate them. I wish they'd die. I always did on their church.
And that's what forgiveness look like.
You feel me? Like them kids, they made a. Yeah, I don't hate them. Like, I really do not hate them. It's not one day that I said I hope that they die, I hope their kids die. I said this Damian mom in court. And like it was so crazy because it had just had been a commotion before I had got there. And I'm like wondering what was going on. But when I got in, me and my cousin sat on down or whatever, and I should have known it was her because she was the only one to know with a mask on. Imagine how she feels.
Yes.
Imagine how she feels, being a mom having to come in here for your son that has been accused of killing all these people. You feel me?
Yes.
like, and she said like right here. And I didn't know it was her at first until the lawyer was like, he had got her up and made her come up to the front. 'Cause, girl, I didn't even know the county jail have a downstairs, like the downstairs. It's a bigger courtroom. So big, the whole, and that's the courtroom they have to use for these cases.
Like an overflow room.
Because of the overflow. And so, so just imagine being, she had to cover her face, man. They had to cover her face and had to come with her homegirl, hoping like, don't know what's gonna happen. Don't know how nobody feel. You feel me? Like one girl told her, like, shit, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Your baby didn't kill my baby. Like, we had some mamas like that. You feel me? But I can't say that, because get what? I gotta turn around and be her when I gotta go see by camera.
You just said you
I gotta be her when I gotta go turn around and see by camera. So I know how she feels.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, but she still had to be a mama. She had to come see by her boy, that may be the last time she lay eyes on him. You feel? That's still her baby.
That's
That's
understandable.
still her baby. You know? He made some situations that caused him survival. Survival. You know how these young boys get when they get to a certain age? It's money. That's what takes the world to go around. You feel me? And like, if you don't have the education or you're not taught properly, or your environment can cause you to adapt to. Yeah. And so that's what all of them babies did. They were a product of their environment.
Product of their environment.
So I don't hate them. I'm probably the only parent that be sitting up there like not like that. I'm like in the courtroom, I'm like, he ain't gonna act like it. And I'm the youngest mama. You know, out of all of them, and I don't even carry on like the courtroom be full. It's like a full. It be a lot of emotions in there, like a lot. But I don't do it like it.
Thank God for grace. Thank God for grace. I tell you.
Folks ought to get tired of me saying it, but God is amazing.
Yes, He is.
Everything I got coming.
Yes, He is.
Everything. Before that happened, you think the devil didn't have to ask God? I did.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah,
have to get
never
a
without God's permission.
Yeah, you have to.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe things happen so I can be this.
That's right.
Feel me?
It's a purpose for it. You may
It's a
not see it
purpose.
in the midst of the tragedy, but it's the purpose that's gonna happen. It's like, why? It's there.
Yeah,
It's
so
there.
like, I
It's
don't
there.
walk around no hate my home. I don't even hold grudges on. I be forgetting. My homegirl had to tell me before to do something. She like, nah, girl, you know. Girl, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Right.
I'm here forgot. I'm like, girl, that was 10 years ago. I will forget. I don't hold grudges. I will be upset.
Well, we thank God for forgiveness. It's
Amen.
getting hard, and I thank God for you, Candace.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
thank God for Him allowing you to come here to share your story
Thank you.
and to trust us in sharing it. And we just thank you, baby. And like I said, you're welcome back anytime. And is there anything else you want to say?
Ma'am.
Is there anything else you want to
I
say?
just want to say thank you for them allowing me to come. Thank you for the time that you reached out to me. You just been loving on me. I love my journal.
Thank you.
To anybody, like, keep the freaking journal. The journal is amazing. 30-day devotional woman journal for a woman. That has so many great positive scriptures, like it's day for day. You got from gratitude to, you know, just being thankful, just love. So, and it just make you think. It make you write a prayer each page.
That's right.
Every page you gotta write a prayer for 30 days, all the way down to the grief counseling. So I'm gonna read it anyway. I like to read books, but I remember I told her, let me thank you for my book, girl.
But you so welcome, and that's what we do. We give them out. If I'm not able to go, Andrea, she's the legs of this thing.
I know
She give them out, and so that's what we try to do. We try to give back. I mean, you know, with the workbooks, you know, and we give them freely, you know.
They worth it. Like I told you, I would donate whatever you need.
Yeah, I mean, it gets expensive sometimes, but that's okay.
You know, I
Because,
send it to you back because you worked it. You
Yeah.
worked it.
well, I appreciate
And I
that,
got your
so
back.
we thank you for coming.
Yes,
Give us a little
ma'am.
hug
Yeah.
around here.
I took my shit.
All right, okay, thank you. Oh. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
that concludes the first episode of Different Faces of Grief. Thank you, Candace, for being here, and I see you guys next week. This concludes the Different Faces of Grief podcast, episode 1. We would like to thank Ms. Candace Kemp for sharing her story with us. We would also like to thank Ms. Paula Moffitt, a Big Event Photo Booth out of Los Angeles, California, for sponsoring this episode. Thank you, Paula. We'd also like to thank Mr. Howard Accoff, at Accoff Event Center in Bessemer, for allowing us to film here. Their information will be in the description box below. And next week, which will be episode 2, we would like to welcome Miss Mary Holmes. She will be here sharing her story on that episode. Until then, we say peace and blessings to you guys, and thank you for tuning in. Goodbye. Thanks for watching the Different Faces of Grief podcast. See you next episode.